All right, we need to talk about this. We need to have a discussion about Street Fighter 6. Fighting Game of the Year winner, by the way. What the fuck is going on with Street Fighter 6 and their collabs? Like, seriously. Genuinely, what is going on? I remember the first collab they ever announced was with the anime Baki, if I'm not mistaken. And I love Baki. I fuck with Baki. That show goes hard. I love it. I remember thinking, oh, that's gonna be cool seeing Baki in Street Fighter. Because I remember someone made like a fan-made cutscene of Baki in Tekken. And I remember thinking, damn, that looks cool. Like, whoever made that did a really good job, by the way. But, wasn't expecting him to come to Street Fighter. I was kind of thinking he was going to be in Tekken after seeing that video someone made. Ended up being fan-made, but either way, we get him in Street Fighter instead of Tekken. It is what it is. It's still pretty cool to see an anime crossover in a fighting game, because I think Baki's cool. It's all about fighting, and it makes sense to come to a fighting game. But then it turns out that the Baki collab just ends up being like stickers and emotes that you can put in like the chat of spectating or whatever. And I think there was like a loading screen maybe, but that's it, right? And I'm like, well, that was kind of a waste, but okay. Then we have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles collab, which was also very weird. It was better than the Baki collab because we did get more than just like some emotes and, title cards or whatever. We actually got costumes, but still, it's like you're giving us costumes for our avatars that are Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and each one costed like $10 per costume or something like that. Something wild, like outrageously priced, by the way. I can't remember the exact price because I just didn't care enough to buy them. So, why would I care to remember the price? But like, it was way too pricey from what I remember. But I'm sitting here thinking, why? Why are we getting TMNT costumes for our avatars as the only part of this collab? And why TMNT in Street Fighter of all things? It's very bizarre, right? Then we get into Spy X Family. And this one really hit home because it is yet another anime collab. If you guys couldn't tell, I'm a huge anime fan. I love anime. So anime and fighting games crossing over is like one of the coolest things in the world to me. Spy X Family, I'm not like the hugest fan of. I mean, I think it's cool, but I think it would have been insanely awesome to have a Yor costume for Chun-Li. Or even better, put Yor in the game. Make her a guest character. Why not, But no. Instead, we got more title cards, more emotes, and at most they could give us was a Yor costume for our avatars. Now, to me, this one was really upsetting because it's like, bro, they made a whole ass animation, Chun-Li and Yor fighting each other. And I'm thinking, bro, if you guys are gonna go that far as to make this really, really extremely well done animation, by the way, but you guys are gonna make a whole ass anime promo for an anime fighting game crossover collab, and all you're giving us is an avatar costume for Yor? Like, really? Bro, it's like Capcom is afraid of making money because so many people would have bought a Chun-Li costume of Yor, like to put on Chun-Li. That would have sold like hotcakes, bro. Or better yet, put Yor in the game. So many people would have loved that. Like, what is the point of getting the license to collab with these anime when all you're doing is giving us things we don't even want, we don't even care about, we are not even going to use in the fighting game? Like, it makes no sense. It's literally pointless. Like, nobody wants this. Nobody wants costumes for their avatar. I don't know why Street Fighter 6 focuses so much on like the avatar aspect of the game when like it's a fighting game, bro. The people that are still playing this game are not playing as their avatars, bro. They are playing in tournaments, they're playing to compete, they're playing online, they're playing with their friends. I don't think they're playing avatar battle all the time, bro. Like, it's just, oh my god, it just actually blows my mind how like Street Fighter just, and it's not that they don't do their DLC characters well. Mai is on the way currently. Terry just came out. They've been doing their DLC characters very well. They make them look good, and they've been doing a good job of balancing the game and everything like that. The fighting game core aspect, they've done a good job of. But it feels like they're wasting all this money, all these resources on avatars when nobody cares. Nobody cares. And we could be using that money, using those resources for more characters or more stages, which I think are really necessary, more costumes for characters we actually use in the game, like the actual roster, not avatars. But you know, you look at Street Fighter V, you look at all the costumes we had for every character, and it took us a year just to get one costume for characters in Street Fighter 6. Like, it's just actually so sad, you know? Especially when now is the time where I feel like cosmetics in video games are huge. Like, they are popping. In Street Fighter 5, they were giving us cosmetics, they were giving us skins like crazy, and we were eating them up. We didn't feel good about it, but we were eating them up. But that was kind of even before the whole Fortnite, you know, cosmetics movement happened. Now, we're in a time where cosmetics in video games are booming, and yet they can't give us anything. They can't give us any costumes now. Instead, we're getting costumes for our avatars that we do not care about. And it makes me so frustrated. Now you might be thinking, oh, well, at least we're getting something with these collabs. But no, you shouldn't think that way, because if you look at collabs that have been done right in fighting games, anime crossovers even, my best example being Attack on Titan and Dead or Alive 5 Last Round. That collab was amazing. Amazing, bro. Oh my god. First off, every single character in the game got a Scouter Regiment outfit, which was pretty cool. But not only that, we got an Attack on Titan themed stage, which ended up being the walls like straight from the anime. And then you have the Colossal Titan just lurking in the back. Oh, and not only that, but there's an interactable that you can do where if you hit the opponent into the Colossal Titan, like steam comes up and he just like smacks you down to the ground. Oh, it's so cool. I low-key wish they took it even a step further, where like if you hit the opponent into the Titan as like the final round of the match, the Titan would like eat the opponent, like he would eat you. I think that would have been super sick, but I guess they didn't want to go that far, and that's totally fine. But either way, it was still an amazing collab. An amazing way to portray a crossover from anime into fighting game. Like that was so amazing. And you know, they didn't add a guest character of like Mikasa or Levi, you know, it was just a collab, but they did it so well. They did it justice. And that's how you do it, you know? That's how you make use of the license if you're trying to get a license for a video game collab, a video game crossover. Don't just give us emotes, title cards that we don't want, that we're not using. Like, it just makes no sense to me. Like, Street Fighter, like, you are Street Fighter. You are perhaps the biggest known fighting game. Like, you are the fighting game of fighting games, bro. Like, your name goes so far in the video game industry. You revolutionized fighting games. You brought back fighting games twice with Street Fighter 2 and then Street Fighter 4. Like, you have so much power, so much pull with your name. And this is how you use that power, your aura, the license that other anime want to be a part of your franchise. This is what you do with it. Like, it's just so frustrating, man. It's just so frustrating. I'm really looking forward to see how Lucy from Cyberpunk Edgerunners, the anime, is implemented into Guilty Gear Strive, because we already know she's going to be a guest character in that game. So at the very least, they're already doing 10 times better, 1,000,000 times better than Street Fighter 6 and what they would have done with that license. But yeah, I think Lucy is gonna fit really well into Strive because, you know, the anime, like, animation style for Strive, and just Cyberpunk Edgerunners with their animation style, you know, Studio Trigger really cooks, right? So I think it's gonna fit really well into Strive with just those animation styles, both being so smooth and so good. But yeah, with Street Fighter, I just can't help but feel like we're losing a lot of potential with some of these IPs, some of these collabs. You know, it would have been cool to see Baki and Street Fighter in the roster. It would have been cool to see Yor in the roster, and it would have done really well. Like, I don't get why they didn't do that. I genuinely don't know. It would have sold more copies of the game. It would have gave more people more reason to keep playing. Like, I just don't get it. What's the point of getting the license to go half-ass with a collab? It doesn't make sense, bro. And then seeing their recent trailer, the Boot Camp Bonanza, oh my god, I literally wanted to kill myself watching that. I'm like, bro, meanwhile Tekken is getting, you know, classic costumes and things they can use for every single character in the game. Basically skins and costumes and attires that, every person can use in the game because it's customization. And meanwhile, we're getting this garbage, absolute trash DLC that only the avatars can use. It's so frustrating, bro. It is so frustrating. Also, side note, they did give us like this challenger effect that you can use for whenever, you challenge someone in ranked or casual match and they see your screen, the challenger effect screen pop up. Part of me feels like that's really cool, but the other part of me is like, it's kind of stupid because you're customizing your challenger effect, but you're the one that's never able to see it. The only people that are gonna see it are the opponents that you fight, but you're the actual one that's customizing it and how you want it to look. But at the same time, you're the only one that can't see it, that will never see it, right? And that's kind of stupid to me. I feel like they should make it to where either you're able to see it also, or I don't know. Cause it's like, bro, it kind of reminds me of when people buy, $20, $30 plus skins in Overwatch or first person games. And it's like, bro, you're the only one that can't see your skin. Like you just paid X amount of money for something you never get to see. All you get to see is the hands of your skin because you're playing first person, So it's like, what's the point? But yeah, that just kind of reminded me of that. And I guess those are just my overall thoughts of this rant that I had to go on because Street Fighter 6 is really pissing me off sometimes because I feel like they could be doing so much more with the game, and especially after it won fighting game of the year, like I just feel like that's the perfect time to go hard, to be like, yo, okay, we recognize that we made a fucking good fighting game, so let's make more DLC, make more content for it. But they've been focusing so much content and so many resources into aspects of the game that we don't care about, no one cares about, and it frustrates me. It really makes me mad. So I had to talk about it, I had to rant about it. But yeah, if you guys share any of my thoughts or agree with me on anything, definitely let me know in the comments below, because I feel like we somehow need to make it so that Capcom can see this and so that we don't have the same mistake with Street Fighter 7, because 6 has really just been irritating me, and I've kind of just not been wanting to play it as of late. Like I just feel like I look at 5 and I look at 6 and I just feel like we had so much going in 5 and so much content there, and it just makes me sad seeing 6. So let me know all you guys' thoughts in the comments below. Maybe you disagree with me, and if that's the case, then yeah, I'd really like to hear why. But either way, just let me know in the comments below. Please leave a like on the video. That would help me out a ton. We love talking about fighting games over here. And if you enjoyed, subscribe while you're at it. That would also help me out a ton. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. And hopefully I will catch you all in the next one.